There's something about being out here alone. The way the road stretches past the edge of your thoughts. The hum of the engine, the sound of the wind, they silence everything but the truth. And when you've been riding long enough, the truth starts to whisper. Sometimes it even names itself. Today, its name is Agrippa. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Born in 1486 in Cologne, Germany. A man of contradiction from the very beginning. Soldier and scholar. Doctor and mystic. Heretic and Christian. He walked between worlds, not just physically, but spiritually. Agrippa wasn't content with what the church taught or what science explained. He wanted more, not just answers, but meaning. And so he turned to the ancient mysteries. He devoured the writings of Plato, Plotinus, the Hermetica, the Jewish Kabbalah. He studied astrology, alchemy, and Christian mysticism, not as curiosities, but as keys to the structure of the cosmos. He believed that truth was hidden beneath symbols, that nothing in this world is what it appears to be. Every plant, every planet, every syllable of a sacred name. These were reflections of a higher reality, a divine blueprint, scattered like a shattered mirror across creation. Agrippa wanted to reassemble that mirror, to look through it, to find God. In his magnum opus, 3 books of occult philosophy, Agrippa lays out his vision. It's not a spell book, it's a map of existence. To him, the universe was structured like a divine ladder. At the top, the ineffable God, the source, not the old man in the clouds, but something beyond all form and comprehension. The One. From that One, reality cascades downward in layers. The angelic spheres, the celestial intelligences, the realm of the planets, and finally, the material world. Each layer is a dimmer reflection of the one above, more distorted, more fragmented, and we, human beings, are at the very bottom. But we carry a secret. Agrippa believed we each hold a divine spark, a piece of that original light buried inside us, a flicker of the one, trapped in a world of shadow. That was the central goal of magic, of philosophy, of religion, to awaken the spark, to remember, to climb back up the ladder of being. And he gave us the tools. Agrippa's magic wasn't fantasy. It was a spiritual science. In the first book, he writes about natural magic, understanding how the elements, the stars, the herbs and metals, all reflect divine principles. The second book dives into celestial magic, astrology, harmonics, the music of the spheres, all channels of influence from the heavens. The third is the most sacred, ceremonial magic. The invocation of angels, the names of God, the numerological keys hidden in Scripture. This was the most dangerous and the most divine. He wasn't teaching people how to control the universe. He was showing how to align with it, to become a tuning fork that resonates with heaven. But here's the dark part. The more precisely he mapped the cosmos, the more fragile it all began to feel. The edge of truth. Agrippa spent his life chasing truth. But the deeper he looked, the more it pulled away. He was brilliant, but he was never powerful. He was spiritual, but never secure. He offered healing, wisdom, guidance, and was repaid with suspicion, exile, poverty. The church condemned him. Science dismissed him. Even the occult world, which he helped shape, began to pass him by. He began to see patterns, not divine ones, but human ones. Power games, corruption, people using truth as a mask to dominate others. And worst of all, he saw it in himself. Was he truly seeking God? Or had he just built a beautiful tower to hide his own fear? Toward the end of his life, Agrippa turned against everything. In his final work, De Vanitate Scientiarum, on the vanity of arts and sciences, he dismantles the entire structure of knowledge. He calls the sciences vain, philosophy, useless, magic, dangerous, even theology, the sacred heartbeat of his early life, corrupted. He calls his own work a trap. He says knowledge does not save, it damns. Because the more we seek, the more we chase illusions. He believed the world itself might be a divine deception. A maze meant not to elevate us, but to keep us distracted. He starts to sound less like a mystic, and more like a man staring into the void. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, once the bold seeker of divine truth, died in 1535, broke, hunted, forgotten. Not in ecstasy, but in disillusionment. And here I am, hundreds of years later, on a motorcycle, chasing sun through dust, thinking about a man who tried to climb out of the world, and realized there might not be a way out. I can't help but wonder, was he wrong? Is the world really a prison? Or did he build the bars himself? Maybe he went too deep. Maybe he opened doors that were meant to stay shut. Maybe the divine spark we're supposed to awaken isn't sleeping. Maybe it's already dead. Or maybe Agrippa saw too much of himself in the cosmos. And when he broke, so did his view of the world. Still, when I'm out here alone, with nothing but engine noise and fading light, I feel it too. The echo of something lost. The hum of a truth just out of reach. A fire behind the sky. Maybe Agrippa failed. But maybe his failure is the lesson. That we can't think our way to God. We can't climb a ladder made of names and formulas. We have to feel it. We have to live it. We have to ride through the dark. Not to escape it, but to understand it. And maybe that's where the spark really is. Not in the sky. Not in the stars. But in the ride itself.